It's a question that comes up a lot. Have we seen anything since Donald Trump has been sworn in as president that we didn't see in the year before that? I can answer yes. You may feel comfortable answering yes as well. I mean, we've all known him for some time, and never told this story before, but I called in I was very busy with my kids, and it was Andrew's birthday. Andrew is my second son, who was born on January the 20th. So every 4 years, his birthday falls on an inauguration. Well, it was Andrew's birthday. We're having a birthday party. And I started getting calls from people in the White House who I had known, who were very concerned about that press conference that Sean Spicer was about to give about crowd size.
Crowd size, yeah.
And they said, well, we just want to know, your opinion. What do you? I said, I think it would be a disaster. I think it would be the stupidest thing. You've got, you better stop it. It's a horrible way to start it. And then they called back after Spicer's press conference, and I said, you all look like fools. You've just made a fool of you. Go back in, cut the cake, go through the night. And then I get a phone call from the White House and says, the president would like to talk to you. So I go in the room and I talk to him. And after about 3 minutes, we have a call. I'm trying to explain why this was the worst thing that he could have done on his first day in office. And he didn't get it. It was a different guy. You could just tell. He was completely mesmerized by the office he was in and the surroundings. And I called Mika and I said, yeah, he's gone. He's lost. The guy that we have known is now in a bubble, and any chance for anybody to get to him seems to be lost. He was so taken, and you could hear it in his voice. He was taken by the phone systems for some reason. I don't know what the phone systems are like in the White House, but he was talking about
maybe they're recording the conversation. Jesus.
But
God help us.
I can tell you, as somebody that knew him for over a decade, it was subtle, but I knew immediately that he was inside that bubble and he had changed. And I will say there are a lot of things in Donald Trump that I've seen and other people that have known him for a decade have seen that they don't recognize now, Willie.
Well, he's definitely caught up in the trappings. Remember when he had the ribbon cutting ceremony after they got the health care bill through the House, and he had that moment where he looked around and he said, I'm the president. I'm the president. And he's fond of, showing the Diet Coke button on his desk in the Oval Office and all the things that come with the presidency. But, I think...
By the way, let's hope that's the only red button he ever pushes.
Exactly,
but go
exactly.
ahead.
But I do think it was too much to ask to think that Donald Trump was going to change and that he was going to bring in these people who could suddenly steer him and tell him who to be at any given moment. This is Donald Trump. This is, as George Will said, what people voted for. This is a guy who's going to do what he thinks is right, come hell or high water. Even if a plan has been put together by a communications staff or senior advisors, he may sit down in an interview and say something that blows the whole thing up, as he did just last week. So I think the idea of bringing the wise men in, we've got to get somebody around him, some guardrails, some people who can steer him. He's always going to be Donald Trump.
And one of the things he did say in that conversation, I said, who is the person that you can talk to that can come in and stop you and make you think twice about it? And he said, I am that person.
Yeah.
And I said,
that's right.
I said to him, that's unfortunate. And he said, well, I know you don't like that, but that's how I've run my career.
Exactly.
And that's how I'm going to run the White House. It really underlines that old saying that the presidency doesn't build character, it reveals it. I would say it not only reveals character, it exaggerates character. It amplifies. Whatever character traits you take into the Oval Office are amplified by your 4 or 8 years there, or 2.5 years there.